So you've decided that you actually want to go ahead and tell a story. But now here comes the hardest part, actually coming up with the idea in your head. So today I want to go over 3 quick tips on the brainstorming process and actually help you formulate a new original story idea. So let's just get right to it. So the first tip is really about drawing from your own personal experiences. Everyone that you meet has a story to tell. And literally, if you just take the time to actually sit down and interview them, whether it's just for 5 to 10 minutes, you can learn so much about whether it's their childhood, or maybe the obstacles that they face in their life, or maybe an interesting vacation that they went on. Literally, all these different accumulations of experiences, whether in your own life or other people's lives, can literally inspire and flow through your storyline and through your characters. So what I would definitely do is just always have a notebook at hand and just jot down notes that come to mind. Literally just little experiences that you have in the day, even if they're micro experiences, or about how you're feeling, or maybe certain people that create a certain emotion in you. These sorts of things can actually trigger character creation and also world building in your own scripts. I would also highly recommend you write down the dreams that you have at night. Literally the next morning, whether you remember it or not, just jot down a couple notes on the vivid imagery that you may have seen the night before, because these can inspire interesting scenes within your own movie. The second point that I really want to get at is about using the resources that we have in the given moment. Sometimes when we're first starting out, we don't have the big budget to afford big special effects, or the big scenes and the big actors and so forth. So we need to keep it simple and short. In that sense, we can use the locations that we have at our disposal. Like literally, maybe you have a house, maybe a park nearby, maybe a school, or anything of that nature. But when we think of the locations and the resources that we have, we can construct a story that revolves around these different resources that we have. And it could actually be really interesting. The truth is, with storytelling, you don't need a big budget to tell a compelling story. So I would really keep it simple when you're first starting out at least, and then work your way up to bigger budget stuff. Another thing that you want to keep in mind when you're brainstorming and using the resources is that a lot of the best ideas actually come from headlines and newspaper entries that occur every week. Like what I would do is actually pick up the daily newspaper or check out the news that it's happening every day. And even the headlines of some of these stories that go on are so interesting, that could be the log line of your next film or your next movie. And the last thing I really wanted to get at with brainstorming is really about viewing other films that already exist and finding holes within them that you could possibly fill. Like for example, maybe there's a movie out there that you absolutely love, but maybe the filmmaker didn't really touch up on a plot point in it, or maybe a conflict in it, and maybe you can warp that conflict into your own story with your own unique original characters and so forth, and there you go, you have your own unique storyline going for you. So with that being said, those are the 3 tips I wanted to go over today. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to view this, and I can't wait to see you again. If you like this content, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. And also, I can't wait to see what you learned in the comments as well. But thank you so much again, and have a wonderful day.